Before I read my next piece, I wrote a book called How to Recover from White Supremacy. And it's not a book to read, it's a manual to work. And we experimented with the book many years ago in the Tenderloin of San Francisco with Dr. Nathan Hare, clinical psychologist, sociologist, father of black studies, and Sister Suzette Celeste was the co-facilitator, MPA, MSW, BA, BA, and on. But she co-facilitated the meetings, and we had some meetings here at the Berkeley Black Rep. And since that time, the things have gotten critical, even more so with white supremacy. And we find ourselves at this moment, many people are overwhelmed with white supremacy. And you see, it seems to be crossing all classes now of us. From the rich, multi-rich athletes to the poor ghetto brother and sister living in a tent all over the city. And coast to coast. Coast to coast. Global. So what is the solution? So, pending revolution. In the meantime, the AA people, NA people, Narcotics Anonymous, AA, they have a 12-step model to recover from alcoholism and drugs. So, I got the bright idea to revise those 12 steps. If you can get off of alcohol and crack and meth and opioids, well, Negro, get off of white supremacy. Addiction is addiction is addiction. And recovery is recovery is recovery. It's the same process. To recover from white supremacy. And the reason why I revised it, because I couldn't go along with that NA stuff about you forever doomed to be an alcoholic or a drug addict. Therefore, what? You forever doomed to be addicted to white supremacy? No. No, we're not going for that one. So I had to revise those 12 steps. Because your life can become manageable. Yes, you can recover, as Dr. Harris says, and get your mental equilibrium back. It's just a process, what? Detox, recover, and then I added a 13th step, discover. Now what is your purpose? What is your purpose now that you, supposedly you clean and sober? When you clean and sober, just like I said in the first piece, why you praying when God has already answered? Why you don't get out and get busy doing the work? Since you clean and sober, why you just still going to meetings like you in another religion? No, 13 step, get busy. Do the work. Spread your consciousness throughout the land. So we are going to see if we can restart that mental health peer group session that we were doing some time ago. And those of us, you who are interested, be sure to leave us your name and email and phone number so we can contact you when we're going to have the meeting. And we can't have maybe a maximum of 20 people. Because if you follow the AA meeting format, and if you check in and then testify and all that, well, it's going to be 2 hours. with 10 or 20 people. But some Negroes want to go on and on. So you gotta, you gotta keep it short or you'll be there all night. But the point about the peer group is, as I say it again, if they can meet as peers, and one reason we have to meet as peers, because there are not enough qualified, holistic mental health workers. So you got to heal yourself. Come together. If dope fiends can do it, you can do it. If heroin addicts can come together and get off of heroin, you can get off of white supremacy together. Because there are no doctors around to really help you. Dr. Hare's been here a long time. And he's got his own issues right now. So you're going to have to heal yourself. The white therapists can't heal you because they're the cause of the problem. And some of these Negro psychiatrists are just as sick as the white ones. And they got to be certified by him to even help you. So Dr. Hare says in his foreword to my book, they suffer white supremacy type 1. We suffer white supremacy type 2. And the two don't go together. That's right. So the white people will have to go find Tim Wise so he can help them, because he wants to help his people. You see, if you want to talk about the 60s and Black Power, when Black Power came in the 60s, what did Stokely Carmichael and Snake tell the white people? Go home to your own communities and help your brothers and sisters. And for the most part, that was never done. They never did it. And this is one of the reasons we're in the condition right now, because they haven't healed. And on one level, nobody wants to heal sometimes because what? It's a privilege. It's a privilege. I don't care if you right or left, you get a privilege out of being white.
That's right.
What did Chris Rock say? I'm a rich black man and don't no white man want to be Chris Rock. Yeah. So, before you leave, if you're interested in recovering from the addiction to white supremacy, type 2, sign up, and then we'll let you know when we're going to meet, where we're going to meet. You may be able to meet here, where we can work something out with the Black Repertory Group Theater, and I want you to just give the Black Repertory Group Theater a hand right now. So let me go on to my next piece. It's called Parable of a Real Woman. I know y'all interested. What that Negro talking about? Parable of a Real Woman. Trying to find it here. Okay. That's the problem. Yeah. Huh? I don't need to stand. Okay, thank you. Parable of a Real Woman. There was a man who had many women in his life. They had come and gone, with himself at fault most of the time. But he wouldn't give up. He continued his self-improvement and search for that special woman. He talked with an elder woman about what he should do. She told him he'd never had a real woman. If so, she would still be with you. No matter what. Through thick and thin. Up times and down times. Well, he asked, how would he know when such a woman was in his presence? First, she said, clean up your own act. Scoop your own poop. Rid yourself of defects of character. And make amendments to all those you have harmed in life. It takes humility to do this. Still, he said, how will I know the real woman? The older woman answered, you will know because when she comes over your house and sees something amiss, she will take authority to correct the situation. If your house is dirty, she will immediately ask if she can clean it as a favor to you, as an act of love. And she will not want any money for her services. And she will clean your house as it has never been cleaned before, because she knows what she's doing. Yes, she's a pro. Not only with house cleaning, but with everything she does, including her love making. She will make sure you are satisfied and herself as well. She will demand respect and will respect you. She will demand freedom and give you freedom. She will speak in the language of love so smoothly that will be like a razor cutting to the heart. You will be bleeding to death but not know you are cut. You will do what she suggests and do it willingly, because it will not be a demand but a request, said so subtly you won't recognize it for what it really is, a demand. And you will love doing what she requests. Come on now. When you need space and time to yourself, you won't need to explain. She will pick up the vibe. And you will do the same for her. She will not be jealous and envious of your talent and skills, or how handsome you are to other women. She knows she has you in her pocket because she is confident of herself and not worried about some other woman taking her man. If you are taken by another woman, it must be the will of God that you go. She knows God will replace her emptiness with someone even better than you. But she will give you time to get a grip on yourself and find your way back home. Just don't take too long. And when you come home, don't be asking about what she was doing while you was gone. A real woman will put her resources at your disposal if you are worthy of them. As the Prophet Muhammad was treated by the wealthy trade woman Khadijah. There's no selfishness in love. All is for the beloved. But a wise woman ain't no fool. And the song says, the greatest thing you will ever do is love and be loved in return. The man thanked the older woman for her wisdom and departed on his search. Thank you. Sister Rashida Mwangozi, it's your turn.
evening. Good evening. I am more commonly known as Rashida Sabrine Shakir, and some people know me as Rashida Wangosi. Just want to clear that up. Okay, I'm going to do a few songs that I wrote myself, original songs. This first one I wrote years ago because of some conflict I had with some sisters. And it's not about the incident, but it's what came to me after the incident of them like being nasty. And it made me think of this piece of ayat from the Quran, where it tells you like, do not neglect a small kindness. It doesn't take much, to be kind, if you think about it. A small kindness you can do is tell the sister walking next to you about a slavery that burns into the soul. Ooh, our shackles on the mind that keep us out of control. No, it won't cost you nothing. Oh, there's a world to gain. It's a small kindness. A small kindness you can do. A small kindness you can do is help your brother who's down and out and blue. Help him to arise in human dignity. Yes, and tell him of the struggle for freedom and equality. No, it won't cost you nothing. Oh, there's a world to gain. It's a small kindness. A small kindness. Just a small kindness. A small kindness. Just a small kindness. A small kindness you can do. Can you hear me too?
Yeah, redemption song.
What? I need you to
Redemption
say that.
song.
I need you to say that. Patience. And what am I doing now? Okay, now I got to eliminate a song in order to do another song. That's okay. All right, so we're going to do this one I also wrote years ago. It's called Teach the Children. Teach the children what they need to survive. Don't let them be misled by the same old lies. Only time will tell. If we taught them well, like we should know by now. Somewhere, somehow, we have to teach the children. Teach the children. Teach the I wrote that because I am a teacher, educator for years, and I continue to do so.
We just learned something.
That's what?
We just learned something. Right there.
Oh. Okay, so I got 2 more songs? Okay, oh, well, that'll be the last one then. Okay, this one I have to do because there are 2 people here who always want me to do this song.
Is that you, Val?
And one, you know it's Val. You know it's Val.
Holla!
You
Yes.
know it's Val.
What you
So
say?
it's not a song that I wrote. It's actually, this song is important to me because I used to be, my goal was to be like a down and dirty blues singer. When I was young, I was going to run away to Chicago.
That's right.
And I kind of stuck with, I didn't make it to Chicago. I only made it to San Francisco from Philadelphia. So I went through my Dark Night of the Soul episodes in my 20s. And then I accepted Islam for a minute, 20 years. And then, but when I became a Muslim, I'm like, okay, I've never heard Muslims play the blues, so what kind of music do I play now that I'm a Muslim? So, brother, I mean, it's a good question because there are a lot of Muslims who really would like not be happy that I'm up here singing because all women in a lot of segments of Islam are not allowed to sing. That's why they're not allowed to call the adhan because it's like prohibited. So anyway, I wasn't sure what to do. And then this friend of mine came over one day with a cassette, let you know how old I am. And he said, I found this on the street. So I played it. I'm like, this is Bob Marley.
Yes.
And it was his last album on this cassette. So I listened to it, and it's called Uprising. And when you get to the end, there's a pause before the last track. And there's like this blank space. And all of a sudden, he does this song. Whose beginning I will skip that, because you know what happens.
No, what's wrong?
Old pirates, yes, they robbed I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but our hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand around and look? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song. All I ever have, redemption song. These songs of freedom. These songs of freedom, redemption song.
Can't go that far.
Do not be afraid.
Sure, that'll work.
Do you know the poem that goes with that?
What is love?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is a duet with me and Marvin. I'm doing a song that's called Do Not Be Afraid. The song was inspired by a really horrible relationship. I mean, when you call your ex demon lover from hell, that's a bad relationship. So, I wrote this song because I asked him, why did you sabotage this relationship? And he said he did not believe that I loved him and that he was afraid. So I open with the song and then you're going to come in?
Sure.
Okay.
You want getting the light, Mark? Getting the light.
And, wrong introduction.
Light.
Do not be afraid to tell me your blues. Do not be afraid to cry all your tears. Here is my shoulder to lean on. Do not be afraid to know I love you. Do not be afraid to open up your heart. I will treat your love like precious gold. Hold me now, say you're my man. Do not be afraid, I am your woman. Do not be afraid, I'll be there for the good times and the bad. Do not be afraid, my soul will touch your soul when you're sad. Warm yourself in the heat of my desire. Do not be afraid to know. Do not be afraid to know. Do not be afraid to know that I love you.
What is love? Only kisses? Hugs? What is love? Only meanings of the minds? What about times when minds do not meet? Is love not present in the air, in the blood of loving souls? Too ignorant to know the test of love, the many ways it strives to be and not be, yet is always and forever. Not always tender, not always tender, sometimes rough and sharp, like a razor cutting to the heart. Love is pain we take to grow, be strong again, with tears in the night, alone again, We find ourselves wondering if love was even real. Yet it was, if we look beyond romantic notions of everything is cool, always with love. But we know the blues of love. When we miss the words from lips so tender and true. But we miss them in the haste to be the authority on love. Yet love has been around since eternity and will stay. When lovers have gone away, it will stay in spite of all the tears, the fights, the verbal bouts, and come back and give me my keys. And why don't you call? Don't you still care? And why did you go? And do you really love her or really love him after all the time we shared? How could you do this to me after all I did for you in the night? What is love? What is love? Sometimes we must enjoy the hurt, the pain, only to grow and be wise again and do it better next time. Or correct mistakes and try again. This time with God in the center of things. But try. For love is precious and time is short. And life must be lived with joy. Somehow, through it all, let joy arise and take control of love. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you, musicians. Thank you. And we're going to take a little break before we start the conclusion of the program. So we're going to take a 15-minute break. And when we come back, we have Dr. Ayodele Nzinga is here, and Fillmore Slim is here.
All right.
So go take a break, get some food out there, check with the vendors, and let's come back in 15 minutes. Thank you. Sister we love so much. She contributed so much to the church. She did everything for the Lord. And we know she's in a better place now. She's in a better place. So we saying goodbye, sister. We appreciate you. We love you. And we know it's going to be all right now. It's all right. It's going to be all right.
Marvin, when you start, get in the light. Get in the light when you start.
It's all right, sister.
Girl, these niggas is here. Yeah. These niggas is here for my funeral. Yeah. Yeah, that bitch here. Now you know I'll fuck that bitch. Ought to get about the casket and stomp the shit out of her motherfucking ass. How dare she come to my funeral after I caught her and my man fucking? Yeah, well, you know what, baby girl? They can fuck forever now. I'm out of here. Yes, baby girl, I'm gone. And did you see that other bitch come up in here and sing that song? Yes, that. How the hell that hoe gonna sing a song I don't even like at my funeral? Girl, I'm glad to be up out of here. I I'm glad I'm gone. Girl, look at my nigga over there. Crying them crocodile tears. Now you know damn well he gonna be at one of his other bitches' house tonight. And she gonna be feeling sorry for it. Girl, I should send my spirit over there and bust that shit up. You know what I mean? Just commend my spirit over her house and fuck it up. Girl, this here heaven shit. Yeah, but what we gonna see once I get there, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Heaven better have some fine ass niggas. Yeah, what you got? Look, that can't be where no mud duck niggas is. No, I got to stay there for an eternity. Shut the hell to the no. Baby girl, I'm cute. You can see what I had on to late last night. Yeah, I was cute. I told them goddamn funeral people, look here. Don't be making me look like no damn ghost with that grass makeup. Send me up out of here looking cute. Well, baby girl, look like they trying to close the casket. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't make it. You know, he let everybody say their little piece. Girl, I can hear them mumbling now while I'm talking. I'm dead, they still won't be quiet. You know, everybody said their little piece, they ain't stopped nobody from saying how they felt about me. You know most of them lied. Niggas ought to quit lying like that. You know, half these niggas hate my guts. And did you see that hoe come in here just like Mother Hubbard, crying all up in my casket? Damn near knocked me over. I started to get about the casket, slapped the shit out that bitch too. I kept my cool. Yes, I did. Just sat there staring at the ceiling. Well, baby girl, I guess I really should get off this phone. Girl, I sure hope they got some cigarettes in heaven. And the damn show better have some Louis 13 or I'm going straight to hell, you heard me? All right, girl. Bye, child. I'll see you later.
Second line. Second line. Second line. Thank you, musicians. Thank you. Thank you. And this is Dr. Ayodele Nzinga. And that was a piece of mine called Woman on the Cell Phone. Ayodele just came from her book signing tonight. So she has a book. She's going to read a poem from the book, and then I'm going to ask her some questions about, not about the book, about a subject that you probably want to know about. Okay, are you?
You let me read 2 poems, I'll answer your questions.
Well, 1.5 poems.
No, all right. The title of the book is The Horse Eaters. If you'd like to find out why that's the title of the book, I have a purse full of them, and they're very reasonably priced. This book is called The Horse Eaters' Children. This poem is called The Horse Eaters' Children. I can only go back 3 generations. 10 generations are your pantheon of ancestors. I am short 6 generations. I only go forward. Maybe one day I'll go back across the water on the other side of the graveyard in the ocean if my soul can ever leave the water. But only if I go forward. I only know forward. I am the child of the horse eaters. That's where I begin. Back as far as I can go, to the farm where my grandmother took me when my mother left me after traveling down Route 66. She stopped to give birth and migrated on, a wingless southern bird that learned to fly. She left singing freedom blues, looking for new music, leaving my grandmother, the girl from the farm on the side of the hill, to claim me. Before we went looking for her, traveling like unopened promises in the colored car on the train, clapping across the country, traveling to fate with lunch in grease-stained bags, we went to the horse eaters. Frozen in the middle of a skinny winter near my birthday, Christmas, some winter month filled with unrepentant snow packed tight on hard ground, I remember presents, a car coat, red in my memory, store-bought, warm with a hood, a hand-carved rocking chair, bell ringing when I rocked, bell and chair left behind. We took the car coat, hood on my head, my face on the train window, steam with my breath. We clapped away from the land, gone from the horse eaters. I wonder what happened to the chair. I wonder what happened to the land. When the children left the horse eaters, the children became teachers, real estate agents. They became nurses, accountants. They went to the city. Perhaps they sold the farm, split the dreams, sweat, prayers of the horse eaters into equal parts in pursuit of their place in our song of becoming. I was too little to know. But I remembered the tart, sharp taste of horse flesh. Remembered the smell of the simmering meat. Not the horses alive so much, but the meal they made. I know now the promise they held fed more than hunger in the body. They fed hunger in the soul, the possibility of becoming. Nourished souls that survive. Paper thin times absent, milk, no honey to go to the city. To be other things, to be more than the horse eaters could dream of, tilling and sowing with lean harvests, following lean harvests, followed by leaner harvests, with growing children with dreams of the city. When the snow is on the ground, all you have is what you have. When the house is tarred to keep out the wind, howling like an old lady turned out in the night. Rooms going straight back, shotgun style, devouring precious land that reluctantly yields life. But inside the house, life is abundant, as are the dreams. The horse eaters are the children of hunger. They have climbed a steep hill and learned to hold on. They buried their hope in the stones and the dirt, dangling from the side of life, holding on. Their children grow, they pour their love into them, and they hold on. You must hold on when life wants to shake you up out of it. Hold on to what you have if you want more. You must hold on to the land, wrested from blood, sweat, bottomless hope on the steep side of a hill. You must hold on or dreams will starve. Once the taxes are paid, the tithes tithe. Once the tools are repaired, the store paid, and the too many bills are paid. Once the labor spent is spent, hunger's dreams remain. When land won't feed you, fights back, refusing to yield, you must hold on. Feed the dreams. The future has to eat. Kill the livestock down to the horses. Feed the future's dreams, gravy, grits, full bellies, land that the future will sell to go to the city. Without the land, if we ate horses to save.
Thank you, Ayo. Okay, I want to say a couple of things about Ayo. She was a student of mine when I taught drama at Laney College in 1981. And then she became a director of my plays. One at Laney, In the Name of Love, and then the later play, One Day in the Life, that became the longest running African-American play in Northern California.
The longest running African-American play in Northern America.
Okay. And it was done on the East Coast too. But Ayo has gone on to found her own theater, the Lower Bottom Players, that was started out in West Oakland on what, 10th and Peralta. And she also has the distinction of being the only producer and director in the world who has done the complete August Wilson cycle of plays in chronological order. The complete cycle in chronological order. And now she moved out of the Lower Bottom with her Lower Bottom Players, and she is in residence at the Flight Deck Theater at 1540 Broadway, downtown Oakland. So she's come a long way. But more importantly to me was when the city of Oakland passed legislation establishing the Black Arts Movement Business District along the 14th Street corridor. If you know about this, have you heard that you have a district? How many people have heard about it? Don't be ashamed if you haven't heard that you have a district downtown Oakland from the lower bottom of 14th Street to Lake Mary, and 4 blocks each way. And if you don't know about it, it might be a political thing that you ain't supposed to know about it. Because you might want to really take it over and make it reincarnate West Oakland, what we had on 7th Street. You have the official district designated by the city of Oakland as part of the city of Oakland's downtown plan, that they're planning for downtown Oakland for the next 25 to 50 years. And our district is part of that plan. Although there were moments when we were not included in the planning, even when we became official. And so I got very frustrated. I suffer attention deficit disorder, and I can't sit in meetings listening to BS. So I was ready to throw in the towel, and Ayo said, "Oh, no, please don't do that." And so I said, "Okay, I'm passing the baton to you."
You know that's not exactly how.
More or less.
If you know Marvin X, you know Marvin X will draft you.
But, yes, I am the draft board.
You will find your name on the program and you didn't even know it was a show.
That's true. That's very true. But let's get to the point, because we want to move this along right now. We just want to throw this out, that at this point, Ayo has gone on to legally establish the Black Arts Movement Business District as a community development corporation.
All right. All right now.
for banners up from Lynette McElhaney, who runs that district. We have no banners. You've never seen any banners. We begged her for banners. Banners all over town for Koreatown, Fruitvale, Rock Ridge, Koreatown, Chinatown, Mexico Town. Where? Blacktown. Banners.
Got some banners down there. Unfortunately, they're not for the Black Arts Movement.
Well.
And the black folks on them don't know that they're on them.
Yes. So we've also asked for vendors to be on the street in our district. Vendors. Like back east, you know. You go back east, you can buy all kind of conscious literature on the street. In Harlem, Brooklyn, Philly, Newark, all over the East Coast, D.C. Why has it taken so long for us to have vendors in our district? So we're going to have to work a little harder, push them a little harder, because sometimes, you know, you got to kick some of our people in the behind to make a move, because they really fought against the movement in the name of the district. Black Arts Movement Business District. But Paul Cobb told them, publisher of the Post, he told them, if it wasn't for black movement here in the Bay Area, there would be no black business district. It took movement, it took historical movements here in the Bay Area. Before the Panthers, after the Panthers, with the Pullman Porters, all that civil rights movement, that got us to this moment. Some Negroes objected to the name movement in the movement. So that's why I came up with the paper, The Movement. To force us to get to moving, even if this ain't nothing but a bowel movement. Shit, that's hard enough for some of us. So anyway, your brother said get some greens. So I just want to say that, and I want to let Ayo go. I want you to give her another hand and give her the support that she needs to help create that district for the next 25 to 50 years. This is what's happening. And if we don't do it, they're going to do it, right? And you get some Miller Lite. Thank you, Ayo. Do you have another word you want to say?
Do you want to hear about the progress in the band? But you didn't.
Well, if you got 2 minutes, because I want to bring on Fillmore Slim so we can get out of here.
So let me just put it to you like this. I haven't seen there is a district. And as it is rolled out by the city, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. And if you don't come when you hear me call and help me do the heavy lifting, then you're failing to help us activate the only Hail Mary pass I can see that keeps black people in Oakland, offers a glimmer of hope to help people who have turned into refugees from Oakland who would like to come back to build up enough economic vitality so they might have the opportunity to come back. And just really quickly, the last thing I'd like to say is we're about ready to roll out membership in the BAM. And the price is perfect. It's absolutely free. What we need is black bodies and black voices to show up, because I don't like going to meetings either. I like making things. And I'm trying to make this district, and so I need more hands than my own. We're about to enter into a fight over wresting community benefits from a building going up at 15th and Webster. This will be our 4th attempt at CBA. I'm 3 for 3 so far. So when you hear about the struggle for community benefits connected to a building in 15th and Webster, I need you to come to some of these boring meetings. Come and show your beautiful black faces. Come and add your black voices to a dream that we're going to have to hijack if we wanted to have anything to do with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayo. Thank you.